what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Alex. Today is Tuesday, and there's a lot of basketball. There's going to be some basketball played tomorrow and Thursday. So I might do, I'm still contemplating should I do Thursday's matchups or not, because it ain't going to be that long before we get to the NBA playoffs, and I do need to reserve space on this YouTube channel because to drop 3 videos, 4 videos in one day, it does take a lot of time and energy. And sometimes when you drop too many videos, people can get upset because that's a lot of videos they have to sit through and watch. Now, for people who want to send me some comments in the comment section, let's get some things understood. The comment section is to express how you feel, good or bad. Now, did I get some of the scores right? No. Now, did I get 80% of the matchups correct? Yes. 60 to 80% of the time, I get the basketball statistics correct, and maybe some 25, sometimes 40% of the time, I get statistics wrong on the basketball matchups. Nobody's perfect. And for the person who kept saying a comment like, I don't know my sports, you don't know your sports. It's easy to go in the comment section and talk trash. It's another on to get on camera and actually make a video. I actually make videos while you just comment. So if you want to keep commenting, go ahead and keep commenting. You have a right to do so, but understand I'm not going to respond to your comments or acknowledge them because this is supposed to be fun and entertainment, not to be taken serious. So let's not make something that's for fun entertainment become all serious because you have a bad day because your favorite team loses the basketball game and you think me predicting who wins and who lose has something to do with your favorite basketball team losing. You know, everybody say they know sports, which thank you for the idea because you gave me an idea for Saturday's video. Saturday coming up, you gave me an idea for a video called everybody think they I'm probably gonna call it everybody think they know sports. So I appreciate, thank you for giving me the idea. All right, this matchup is gonna be the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Utah Jazz. Now this straight out is gonna be a competitive basketball game. Okay, you're not going to be able to know who's going to win and who's going to lose the basketball game. It's gonna get so competitive that it's gonna be like, you know how the Portland Trail Blazers and the Houston Rockets are playing right now on TNT? It's going to be that competitive to the point where some of these games could actually go in overtime. All these games is to see who's going to get into the NBA playoffs. The games you win today, tomorrow, and Friday, they determine where your spot falls in the playoffs. So if you number 7, you might jump to number 6 or number 5. That might be the spot that you get. Some of the spots get locked down. Some of the spots are available. All of this is just to determine to see who gets to what spot before the playoffs start. And a lot of the teams that are playing each other right now are going to face each other in the playoffs. So I think the Grizzlies will probably win this game because they're much more stronger on offense. They're an offensive basketball team. They can play on both sides of the basketball court. They can play offense, they can play defense, they can play all 4 quarters. And if the game managed to get into overtime, they can handle themselves in the backcourt in overtime. And nobody expects the Grizzlies to make any noise in the playoffs. Nobody expects this team to do anything. This team has been winning games, and people have been shocked that the Grizzlies have been actually winning some games. Now, they have actually lost a game since this whole thing started, but they are surprising people because they're not going away. And a team that don't go away is a team that's motivated and determined to prove I can get my name in the conversation. You know, we're talking about the Houston Rockets, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Dallas Mavericks. You know, we're talking about teams like that, the Thunder, but no one's thinking about the Memphis Grizzlies, and they're actually in the conversation, and they're going to the playoffs. So that's one of them teams that if I'm a Laker or a Thunder team or a Clipper team, I may not want to play them in the first round, maybe the second or the third round, but this looks like one of them teams, if you're not careful, they can cause an upset where you don't expect it. You know, Grizzlies, I would probably call them the underdogs. If they win, what they should win is going to be 105 to 103. If the Jazz rally back Because to me, Utah Jazz is just like Houston. They do bad the first two quarters on defense, but they're good on offense. And then they try to make this legendary comeback the last two quarters. And you got to be careful about doing that because you can do that in the basketball season, but when the playoffs start, you're not going to be able to rally a comeback and just automatically win a basketball game. Because you get 10 points, 15, 20 points behind, usually 99.99%, you don't usually rally back and win. In the playoffs, it's a competitive atmosphere. Teams can do that in the first round, maybe the first two games, and then somewhere game 4 or 5 in the playoffs, you get 10, 15, 20 points behind. That's it, you lose. And depending on if you won 2 games, 3 games in the series, you might actually be able to, put that in your favor. So if the Jazz win, it could be 112 to 110. You're talking about a competitive basketball game. These teams don't want to be number 8 in the West. They don't want to face the Lakers or the Clippers in the first round. You face any one of those teams in the first round, and that's gonna be an issue because if it's the Lakers, you're looking at 4 or 5 games in a series. If it's the Clippers, it could finish in 4 games. So that's pretty much what I have for that score.